Hello everyone, my name is Grace Ogeoke, your number one do-it-yourself advocate, and also a language ambassador, but that's a story for another day. I love to advocate for people to go acquire skills, especially the youth. Go learn something. We blame the government a lot, So if you can learn something, useful skill, that can not only save you money, but also fetch you some cool money. Like I told you, I'm an ambassador of language, but yet I do sanitary products and I want to teach you one today. Before we go into today's production, are you also aware that NNPC recently did a recruitment and 25.1 million Nigerians applied for that job? And guess what? We have less than 1,000 slots available for it. And this all happened in just 6 weeks. Guess what again? Customs also recently did a recruitment. And did you hear over the news that in 24 hours, 95,000 Nigerians applied for this job? And guess what? You have less than 2,000 slots for that. So what does that tell you? The sooner you acquire a skill for yourself to fetch yourself some money, the better. And that's why today we're going to be learning how to make toilet wash. Come along with me. Today we're going to be producing 6 liters of toilet wash using 6 chemicals, and they are. Okay, today, like I said, it's to be production of our toilet wash, 6 liters to be precise. And the chemicals for it are, number 1, the chemicals, like I told you, will be 1, a nitro soap. The quantity to use for today's production is 1/8. And the cost is actually 350 naira in my area. It will be different in yours, but this is what I got it around here. I'm teaching you this so that we'll do a sum total of what it costs and how much we're likely going to make at the end of this production. The second on our list is our sulfonic. And the quantity we're using is 1/2 liter. And it was also purchased for 450 naira. The third on our list is going to be our HCl. The quantity we're using today is 1 liter actually. It was purchased for 1,000 naira. The fourth chemical for today's production is our Texapon. And the quantity is 1/4 kg for 500 naira. Now, the fifth chemical for today is our perfume. Sorry about my pen. You have 80 ml for 250 naira. And then the next is our color. Just a small round. It was all for 50 naira. Sum total costing for our toilet wash is 2,600. The cost to make 6 liters of toilet wash. Now let's do the practical. Now let me quickly go over the functions of all the chemicals we're using for today's production. Before me here is our nitrosol. We're using 1/8 for today's production. And nitrosol is known as a binding and cleaning agent that also serves as a thickener. Now, the next on our list is our sulfonic acid. For those who don't know, this is a very effective cleaning agent. And for productions like liquid soap, it actually helps to neutralize the harsh effects of caustic soap. For the next on our list is our Texapon, and today we're going to be using 1/4, as you can see. For those who don't know, Texapon is actually a foaming booster agent that helps non-polar materials like oil to dissolve inside water. Have you ever wondered how oil dissolves in water? Well, this is what makes it happen. Now, the next on our list is our hydrochloric acid. HCl is a surface disinfectant agent. It is also called a workhorse chemical because it is used in a wide variety of cleaning products. Our perfume actually just adds sweet smell to it, depending on any flavor you pick. Same with our color just gives it any color you want it to be. And for today, we're actually using blue. So let's put this into practical. Okay, now we're getting practical now. If you look before me, we have our bowl, and in it we have 5 liters of water. And the first step towards achieving the 6 liters of boiling water, like I told you, the first thing we'll put here is our nitrosol. And you can see, this is me cutting it open. And then you pour in your bowl. As you pour, you stir. Usually, to get the best of this, you could stir for like 10-15 minutes. But at the end of the day, continue stirring until it is thick enough for what you want to use for it. So, I'm going to do this for 15 minutes. I advise my students to always get a mask on. It's because I'm doing this video. Ideally, I should cover my face, but they'll get to a stage where I have to do that. So for now, continue to stir until your nitrosol is thick enough. Okay, while we're waiting for our nitrosol, the next you could do is mix your sulfonic acid together with your texaphone. So this is me pouring our sulfonic acid in a bowl. Sorry for that. Please, when doing this, I advise you get yourself a glove. Get yourself a mask. Actually, I love to mix these two together because it creates a high level of effectiveness. The two of them actually go hand in hand. They are both cleaning agents, they are both booster and foaming agents. So when you mix the two together, either in your liquid soap or whatever production you want to make, and the two are required, I always encourage that you mix them together. So the next you do is mix them up together. I could also use my stick Now what we're doing next is turning in our mixed sulfonic acid and texaphone into our nitrosol solution. And then you stir for about 10-15 minutes. You could rinse the bath if need be and continue to stir. Remember, in here we have our nitrosol, sulfonic acid, and our texaphone. And after stirring for close to 15 minutes, you can see how thick it is. And so the next we're going to be adding to the list is our hydrochloric acid. Now, the next to go in is hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid actually releases a lot of fumes, and I'm going to lower my max as I pour into this mixture. When pouring this in, please be very careful. I'm sure you're seeing the fumes that are coming out of it. It's a very, very dangerous chemical, but also very effective. So you just pour gently, gently, until you pour and stir. Continue to stir for about 15 minutes. Now we've stirred for close to 20 minutes now, and as you can see, our production looks so good. The thing I want us to take note of is HCl is actually a very dangerous chemical, but also very effective. So when you're using it, endeavor to wear your mask, please, because it produces a lot of fumes. Now we're going to the next on our list, which is our color. Now we're going to be mixing about 3/4 of our wrap of color into a half liter of water to pour into our production. Why we chose blue is because most toilet wash actually goes better with color blue. You could use any other color. So watch me as I pour into our already mixed chemicals. So now the color goes in, you pour gently. The reason why we chose half liter is because the mixture we have on ground is quite thick, so we wanted to add a little water. So if yours is not as thick as this, you don't necessarily have to use half liter water. That's what I mean. Continue to mix until the whole color goes in. You're going to stir for another 10-15 minutes. So after stirring for about 15-20 minutes, it's time for us to add our perfume for that sweet smelling fragrance, which is the last on our list. So for today we actually chose lavender. I like it a lot, especially in producing toilet wash. So you could choose any other fragrance. You could choose strawberry, you could choose jasmine, blue water, any one at all. So but for today I am actually maintaining lavender. So here goes in our perfume. Remember we said 80 ml is what we're using for 6 liters. It's also very good since you're doing for sales, you want to sell this. I also encourage you to use a very nice fragrance for it. Wow, it looks good and it actually smells good. So the next I'm going to be doing is to package our production because we're done. Now our production is ready to be used, and I'm actually taking this a step further to show you how I do my own packaging. Before you are actually the containers for this toilet wash, I got this for 100 naira, and this is a sticker for my toilet wash. This is how I do my own branding. You know, in this business, branding actually tells a lot about you. And the essence of this is teaching you how to apply a skill that will fetch you money. So before you again is my funnel, my container. We're just going to be pouring a little. It's just a brief experiment of how I do it. So now we've poured our toilet wash inside our containers, and then we're going to cover. This is the nozzle of this container, so you press it hard. You know, the beauty of this and why I like it is that it's still sealed, so you don't need to get any cork machine or anything. You just tighten it and it shows that it's still sealed. We're going to, because we poured into two, so we're doing the same for this one. And then the next is to get our sticker. I told you branding is everything. People will address you how you present yourself. So to stand out from the already into this kind of business, you must brand yourself well. If you take a look at this, it's called Ojizi Toilet Wash. Okay, so this is the second one. To do stickers like this don't cost much, but it's of great essence if you do it. Now this is what my toilet wash usually looks like, and I supply to as many hotels, as many hospitals around me. It's called Ojizi Toilet Wash. As you can see, it stands out, it's well corked, and my toilet wash is inside and smells good. I wish you could smell what we have before you today. So this is it for today. Now our production is done, as you can see, and we have about 7 liters of toilet wash in here. But let's do a quick costing of how much it costs us to actually get today's 7 liters of liquids of toilet wash. Remember, like I earlier said, our chemicals cost us 2,600 naira, which is what you can see on the board now. And in here, we can, if I'm to estimate, we can actually get about 14 of these containers from this 7 liters of toilet wash. And like I told you, these containers cost 100 naira each. So 100 naira by 14, we're talking about 1,400. Added to our 2,600, that's 4,000 naira already. And then the cost of our stickers, which is 50 naira for one. So 50 by the 14, it's about another 700 naira. So the sum total of what we've spent here so far is just 4,700. And if I'm sure we both know that those known brands of toilet wash in the market, the least you can get is about 700 naira in the market. The known brand of toilet wash you get in the market sell for about 700 naira. But you can sell for 600 naira for each of your bottles. And if you do 600 by 14 numbers right now, you're talking about 8,400. And 8,400 minus the sum total of our costing for today is about 4,700 minus 8, that's 3,700. So you made for yourself 3,700 for this 7 liters of toilet wash. Don't you think it's better off than just waiting for a white collar job that may never come? But let's remember this: the better and sooner you acquire a skill for yourself, the more you begin to take care of your own personal needs. As you can see, the profit we'll make with today's production, is about 37. It may actually seem small to you, but you know how business is. It's a business of numbers. The higher you sell, the higher you supply, the more profit you make. See, for today, we have actually made for ourselves 3,700. It may seem like a little, but you know how this business is. It's a game. It's a business of numbers. The more you supply, the more gain you get for yourself. But if you want to really get serious with this business and achieve success, I encourage you to get my training guide, where I teach you how to produce 18 beauty, sanitary, and household cleaning products that you could start with as little as 5,000 to 10,000 naira and actually start making for yourself some cool cash. I'm currently doing a pre-sale now where you can, buy my book for a very affordable amount. The price can go up. This is more like my Easter giveaway. So go ahead and click the button below to place your order now. And once you do that, you rest assured of my 247 support. Just a phone call away. My numbers are actually there. You can call me anytime. When you're trying to experiment anyone, I'll be here to guide you all the way through. Just be rest assured that I'm here to support you until you become a master at this production. So, until I come your way next time, I remain yours truly, Uke Grace Oge, your #1 do-it-yourself expert. Thank you.